Here we are again at a wonderful Chaine de Rotisseurs event, this time at the incredible Silverlake. And it's a wonderful place, and I have none other than the top man, the top food and beverage manager, the top iron chef. And is that enough for you? Enough introduction? It's Alberto!
What was your name? Oh, Barry. Okay, Barry. Thank you, Barry. Yeah. Very kind of you. Welcome to all the members and non-members, of course, if there are any, of Chaine of Rotisseurs, the Pattaya branch, we call it. I'm not sure if I did the
Eastern Seaboard.
Eastern Seaboard branch. I don't like to say Eastern Seaboard. It rains all the time over there. But Pattaya, okay.
Now, you've done these kind of events many times, haven't you? Right. You know, what's the biggest ingredient that goes into it? See what I did there? The
biggest ingredient that goes into it is fun. Yeah. Is having some food, some good food, a couple of drinks together, and conviviality, I would call that.
Yes. And it's a chance for you to do something a little bit more special than you normally do, isn't it?
Well, in this case, because we always thought that Chaine of Rotisseurs is always quite a high-end event, in this case, I propose to make let's go back to earth, to Tuscany.
Right.
I come from the northern tip of Tuscany myself.
It's a wonderful area.
Oh, that's a fantastic area. It was actually named as world best place to go and visit, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't say that, but okay, you know. And yeah, sure. And the food is just fantastic. Yeah. So what are we doing tonight? Instead of having this kind of a first, second, third course, all the rest, okay, we go through that, but in a different way. More, let's say, down to earth and more family style.
Okay, and what does that mean then? You know, what kind of food would you have as a family meal in Tuscany?
Well, one of the things that Tuscany has is the fettunta. Fettunta is the bruschetta. The fettunta, in this case, what we have prepared some non-salty, unsalted bread, which is typical from Tuscany in this case, and it will be grilled. And then we have some panzanella, which is one of the original salad, tomato, onions, rocket salad, and some roast pepper to put on top of it. This is something the guests will go over there and do it themselves instead of being served by some very up-end sort of.
That's something a little bit different then.
Yes, salute.
Salute. Yeah, absolutely.
Rosés.
Where were we? Yeah. So that's with canapes or what?
Yeah, that's a colour canapé. Let's go.
Yeah.
Second thing, we'll move inside and we will have some original Tuscany ham, Parma ham. The difference between the Parma and the Tuscany is cured with black pepper.
Right. Once
we're there, with a bit of cheese, Tuscany cheese. After that, we will have the very famous ribollita. Ribollita is a very traditional bean soup from Tuscany. I revisited a little bit this one. I don't change the ingredients, but I change the way it is presented, let's say.
Do you know, I went to a restaurant once and I said, "Well, it's a soup," and they said it's bean soup. I said, "I want to know its recipe, not its history." But anyway, as you were saying.
Right. Very funny. He's always the same. He never changes. It's great. It's amazing, isn't it? So at the end, so there's a main course we will have a veal shank. The veal shank has been braised over 22 hours.
Right.
It'll be served with a pumpkin mash, some braised carrots, and some peas.
So it's going to be incredibly tender.
Incredibly tender and juicy. With actually incorporated in the sauce a salami, a Tuscany salami. And after that, if you are good, I give you because I know you like it.
Good.
I know you like it. A version of the English trifle in around about 1850.
Hang on, where's the Italian in that?
Exactly. Around about the 1850, a lot of English nobility went to Tuscany. They took their holidays, their winter holiday into Tuscany, and they brought this trifle cake. The Tuscany chef blended, made it their own way. So we are making a Tuscany trifle,
right.
And it is it's quite traditional now. It's become one of the dish.
I thought it was traditional to have tiramisu.
Tiramisu is not from Tuscany.
Ah, there you go. You see,
there's a fight, and I'm going.
Fantastic, and to complement all of these dishes, we have
four kind of wines. The rosé,
Yeah. Is this Silverlake wine?
All Silverlake wine, rosé Silverlake. Then we have.
I've got to tell you, this is my favourite.
Thank you. I like it.
I love it.
And we have also the Cabernet Sauvignon, the S Cabernet Sauvignon, the S Shiraz, and the S Estate Shiraz.
Wow.
So the 4 wines.
Wow.
Plenty of water if you want. I know you don't. I know you don't swim in it. And to finish, coffee and Cantucci, which are the original biscuit, hard biscuit from Prato near Florence.
Okay. Fantastic. So it's got a total Italian theme to it.
Well, a Tuscany theme.
Tuscany theme. Yeah, we have to make sure we get that right. It's a Tuscany theme.
Of course.
And we can actually sort of picture the wonderful Tuscany region and the wonderful countryside.
I love that kind of things. So in any case, welcome to everyone. I think I'm going to see if my bruschetta is going to be ready.
I think you should.
Okay.
And I'm sure with you at the helm, it's going to be a fantastic evening. I'm really looking forward to it. One of the great features about Chaine de Rotisseurs events is having special guests here, and Rog Taneja, is that how you say it?
It's Rog Taneja.
Now, you're a very special guest because, you just tell me why.
Well, I don't consider myself to be a special guest. I'm from Vietnam. Actually, I live in Vietnam. I'm not from Vietnam. I'm obviously not Vietnamese. Born in Canada, but I'm starting the Chaine de Rotisseurs in Vietnam.
There you go. That's special, isn't it? How difficult is it to do that?
Well, we're a non-profit association, so the Vietnamese are very difficult to deal with, and it took a lot of work. It took a lot of negotiation. I actually had to sit with 6 ministries in order for them to go through what my business plan was in order to make it happen. At the end of the day, we in communist countries, China as well as Vietnam, operate in a for-profit mode, and that just helps us do what we need to do as our non-profit association. We pay taxes, we have a little bit of less scrutiny, and we're happy about that.
What brought you to Vietnam in the first place?
Well, I live in the area. I've been retired for a few years, and quite frankly, Vietnam is a 24-hour city. So I manage my own portfolio in the U.S. I get to live at nighttime, and it's a great city to enjoy good food, good wine, and a good evening at any point in time. So both Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi are great places to live.
What do you think of Silverlake, where we are right now?
Well, I saw this invitation, and the reason I'm here is because I have a fascination with wineries. So I just took a tour through both Napa Valley. I was in Napa Valley for a festival called Bottle Rock, and then I went up to the Okanagan in Canada. And so, some of these wineries, especially North American wineries, really touch my heart. I grew up in Canada. This is the type of wine that I really feel connected with. So, I hear there's a winery here in Thailand. What did I do? I booked a flight. I came out here from Vietnam, and I'm here only because of this place.
Wonderful. But it shows you how international Chaine de Rotisseurs is. It's a worldwide thing, isn't it?
Well, we're 90 countries now, and we're more than 25,000 members. So, I'm going to Yogyakarta in a month's time to open their Bailliage there, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow. And it's all about people who love food, love wine, and it's really about sharing the story of the table together.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. What we're doing today, and it's called an Amical. Is that the right term?
It's called an Amical, and Amical has a number of connotations. Here we are today, where what was said by our director today, a convivial nature of wine and food. So we're here enjoying together. We're here telling each other, this is what we think about the wine. This is how I feel. I have a good friend here today, and it's like, oh, she feels like the Cabernet that we drank first. Feels like this Shiraz now. This Shiraz is made in Thailand. Can you imagine?
Wonderful, isn't it?
Isn't
it amazing?
I keep on learning, so I'm going to take a case back to Vietnam. We're going to put it in the lab and figure out how to make this.
So it's great to see you here, and I hope to see you again.
You'll definitely see me again. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, my friend.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll come over to Vietnam.
I'm looking forward to having you in Vietnam as well. Please, we have an event almost every month, so please.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Cheers,
much.
Raj.